The crisp Arctic wind whipped through the North Pole training grounds, carrying with it the sound of Steve's commanding voice. "Steve, all right, you snow-hoofed slackers. Formation now!" Steve bellowed, pacing back and forth with the precision of a general and the intensity of a caffeinated elf. His antlers gleamed, polished to perfection, and his red scarf flapped like a battle flag in the wind. The other reindeer scrambled into line, some tripping over their hooves, Blitzen muttering, "We're pulling a sleigh, not fighting a war." "Steve, what was that, Blitzen?" Blitzen stood straight, his tail stiff with fear. "Blitzen, nothing, sir." Steve snorted. "Steve, nothing is right. Now listen up. In less than 2 weeks, it's Christmas Eve. Do you know what that means? Donna, presents? Steve? No, it means perfection, precision, speed, and teamwork. If one of you so much as sneezes mid-flight, Santa's payload could end up in the Atlantic." Steve stomped a hoof for emphasis, leaving a deep impression in the snow. The reindeer collectively gulped. Steve continued walking down the line, inspecting each reindeer. "Steve, Rudolph, eyes on me. I don't care how shiny your nose is. It won't save you if you can't nail a mid-air barrel roll under pressure." Rudolph squeaking. "Yes, sir." Steve, "Dasher, your takeoff was slower than molasses in January. Dancer, your spins look like you've been hitting the eggnog. Prancer." Steve paused, narrowing his eyes. "Steve, why are your hooves sparkling?" Prancer, grinning sheepishly. I thought it'd add flair." "Steve, flair? This is a sleigh team, not a figure skating competition." For hours, Steve pushed the team harder than ever before. They practiced sharp turns, high-altitude maneuvers, and emergency landings. By the time the sun dipped below the icy horizon, the reindeer were exhausted but determined. As they panted in the snow, Steve finally softened, just a little. "Steve, you all did. Acceptable. And that's good enough for now. But tomorrow I want to see greatness dismissed." The reindeer groaned as they trudged toward the stables, but deep down they respected Steve. After all, they knew he only pushed them so hard because he believed in them. As Steve watched them go, he muttered to himself, "Steve, this Christmas will be flawless, even if it kills me." Then with a flick of his tail, he stomped back to his cabin to draft tomorrow's drills, because Steve, the drill sergeant reindeer, didn't just pull a sleigh, he pulled the best sleigh team the world had ever seen.